Hello, lovelies. Woof. I am sitting in a flat that's 26 degrees, and outside it's about 28 or 29 degrees. We're going to be up in the 30s for the next few days, so London is hot. Hot. But last week it started to get hot, but before then it was just kind of mild and like okay. It wasn't anything special, so we're just moving into a heat wave. I haven't worn a huge amount this week because I had a couple of days where I wore the same thing. And then I've got a couple of sort of freshies. I do have to apologise because I've only got two out of all these perfumes that are affordable, and one of them's discontinued. But it wasn't like a plan, it's just what I wanted to wear this week. Let's start with this. So, the joy, the heaven that is Ilio from Diptyque. I love Ilio. It's a beautiful iris perfume. It's iris and prickly pear, which is like, is it called like a ground fig or something? I can't remember. But it's like, it's an iris perfume which is not melancholy. It's an iris perfume which is bright and fun and joyous. But it's still kind of calming because of that iris. And it really does have a recognisable Diptyque DNA, and I'd say it feels like it's related to both Philosykos and Fleur de Peau. And it's probably in a way got some crossovers with Le Papier, but I don't like that perfume. And when I say Fleur de Peau, I mean the original, the Eau de Parfum. The EDT that came out recently, I just don't like it. I think it smells very masculine. Like, I really just don't like that EDT version. But the EDP is a very melancholy, very dry, crisp, ambrette and iris kind of perfume. Ilio is a fruity, clean, fresh, watery, like iris perfume. And I have the Eau de Toilette. This comes out during the summers or like warm weather, but you can only get this, I think, in a 100ml bottle, which is annoying. So beautiful. This year it has this same, but it's not in colour. It's like a black and white version of this Ilio. But I also have, and this is what I got first before I actually invested in the Eau de Parfum, Eau de Toilette. I bought the hair perfume because I got it for a really good price on eBay, because these come in like a set normally. So not normally, but you can often get a set, which is the perfume and the hair perfume. And so people who get those sets often don't seem to want these, so they end up on eBay. But I think this is perfectly good to use as an actual perfume. There is alcohol in it, so I wouldn't spray it in my hair, like deliberately. But this is the one I take to work with me to top this up, and I think it's fabulous. Like, if you want a more affordable version of Ilio and you want like a smaller bottle, or you want to try it out or whatever, then try and get hold of one of these, I'd say. I think it's really good. So, and as you can see, like they've had this one before. There's been quite a few different versions of Ilio in terms of like the actual photos on the front. But I mean, this is my favourite in colour. Just knocking it about all over the place. I'm working out where I'm going to put things because I haven't got enough bottles. I didn't think that I would need my special little thing, my special plastic thing. So, notes in the beautiful Ilio: prickly pear, iris, jasmine and bergamot. I'm absolutely sure there's some kind of very light, maybe like white musk in here, and I feel like that might be what the through line is that I'm getting, because obviously like Fleur de Peau has iris, and possibly the Diptyque iris is really recognisable, but I don't know, like, because this has got a really juicy fruitiness to it. Like I said, it doesn't have that kind of grey, rainy feeling iris that I get with Fleur de Peau. This is a bright purple, fun, but very light, almost aquatic feel. But I do think there's a musk in here, and I think when my husband smelt this, he thought it smelt musky. And yeah, so actually, let me talk about the next thing. Here we go. Eau de Toilette I need. I did 2 Diptyques this week, and it wasn't specific. I was just craving fig. So I have this. I've talked about this before. So I have the Philosykos EDT in this little pen spray. Are these 7.5? Does it say? No, 10ml. So this is from Qatar Airways. I made a little video about this if you want to watch it. But Qatar Airways and Diptyque have obviously some kind of deal where Diptyque make the amenity kits for flights for I think maybe first class and business class. They might do them for regular, but you don't necessarily get a perfume in those, I don't think, or you get like a sample. But they do these pen sprays, and so people sell the amenity kits for really good prices on eBay and stuff. And you get a hand cream, a lip balm, a body cream. The body cream is Eau Rose. The lip balm, I don't know what it is. It's got a sweetness. It's kind of sweet and floral. It's very pretty. I like my Elizabeth Arden 8-hour lip balm, so I'm never really particularly tempted by the Diptyque one, even though it looks cool. And then the hand lotion is Eau d'Essence, so like a green orange blossom. And then different perfume depending, I think, on the season or what they're doing at the time. But not long ago it was Philosykos, so you can get Philosykos EDT often in these pen sprays for a decent price. And I didn't really feel, and I don't know if I feel like I need a bigger one of this, because I crave it like not that often, if you see what I mean. This is a very realistic green, delicious fig, perfect amount of sweetness. It's got the fig tree, the leaves, all of it. And I know that EDP has coconut in it, and I sometimes feel like Philosykos EDT has a hint of something coconutty. But again, that's possibly because, like someone's told me before, that I think it's either fig notes are made up with coconut. Yeah, I think it's fig notes are made up with coconut aroma chemicals. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I can't remember and I don't know enough about it. But I think it's why a lot of perfumes that have something figgy or something coconutty give me fig or give me coconut. I feel like in my nose there's like a crossover there. But this is I just was like, I really want to wear fig, and I was thinking I'd wear Augustus from Corres, but I was like, actually, I'm not in the mood for orange blossom. I wasn't when I wore this, so I was like, okay, I'm going to just go for Philosykos because I've got this nice little pen spray, fits in my bag, easy to wear to work, very fresh, very green, super unisex. It's just such a good perfume. If you genuinely like a realistic smelling fig, then this is the one, right? This is the one to go for. And like I said, if you can get a pen spray for like 15 quid, then, do it. Yeah, this is so beautiful. I'm just going to look to see, because I'm sure this has got musk in it. It again, like the dry down, it stays figgy pretty much the whole time, but the dry down there is definitely, it clings in a way that suggests, and it has enough of a thickness that it suggests that there maybe is some musk. Let's put this little one there. Yeah, I'm going to push this over all the way. The little collection, my little Diptyque boys and girls. Philosykos. So in the eau de parfum, what does it say? Coconut, fig leaf, green notes, woodsy notes, and cedar. Okay, so they don't have musk either. Now the EDP, I do think it's beautiful. I think some people think it's creamier because it has listed a coconut note, but I wonder if there's a lot of ambroxan or something like that in the EDP, because I find it, god damn it, my phone's going off. Let me just mute it. So you can guarantee that I won't have any messages all day, and then as soon as I'm filming something, off it goes. So yeah, the EDP, it's it feels like it's going to give me a headache whenever I've tried it. There's something in it that seems to bother me. I'm not sure if it's just because it's too strong for me, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, Philosykos, Ilio and Philosykos, they're both quite light. They're eau de toilette, so they don't last a really long time, especially for how much they cost. But they're pretty special, and I don't have any proper alternatives. I don't have anything that I can say smells like Ilio or smells like Philosykos, because the thing, and same with eau de well, the thing with Diptyque is so many of their perfumes that I like don't smell like anything else, or at least if they do, they're not close enough. Like I said, Augustus from Corres, when you first spray that, it has a very similar fig note, and it's really beautiful, but it then also has quite a creamy, lotiony orange blossom, which I sometimes love. I just wasn't in the mood for an orange blossom. So I do think if you're not bothered about it being a little bit, I mean, it's slightly linear, this one. So if you don't need something to be linear and you just want that blast of fig, and you're happy for it to then morph into kind of fig and an orange blossom body lotion kind of smell, in a light way that smells like a holiday, then that's the one to go for because it's much more affordable. But Philosykos is it's pretty special. It's pretty special. What to go for next? Okay, let's do these next just because this is also a doubler, I have to say. Let me get up the notes. So this is the thing that I mentioned last week. I had forgotten that I had this. I was going through one of my boxes and I was like, oh, I forgot. So Tocca, I have the Olio, the body oil version of Colette. Colette is one of those things from Tocca that people talk about and they compare to Gypsy Water from Byredo. Now, Gypsy Water, I understand why people like that. I feel like it's something I should like, but there's something about Byredo, again, that smells chemically to me. But not, I don't know that I've smelt one that I was like, oh, that's horribly tarry, but they're more like, Gypsy Water smells like a cleaning product on me. Like there's something about the citruses in there that has like an antiseptic quality that doesn't work for me. But I smelt Colette when I did the Tocca sample set, and I really didn't like it. But I saw the body oil for so cheap on Amazon, like it was massively reduced, whereas like Stella and what's the other one I've got? I can't remember. Anyway, the two other Olios I've got were more expensive, and I asked my husband for those for my birthday / Christmas. Whereas this one had been like really reduced, and I was like, okay, let's have a go on this. And I wasn't sure about it, reason being it was kind of unisex, but I just really enjoyed this when I wore it. I really, really liked it. And this one does actually have a bit of a Gypsy Water smell about it, except that I think it doesn't really smell vanillic. It smells more just sweet. It's like, it's not got the same noticeable vanilla note, I feel, that Gypsy Water does when that really dries down. But it's the same quality to it, same similar profile, and the same level of sweetness, the same level of citrus. I just think it's much nicer. However, I wanted to compare it, and I saw there was a website. I got a couple of these 20ml travel fragrances from Tocca when I saw them for a good price. One that I hadn't smelt before and I wanted to try. And this one, because I wanted to compare it to this, and I was just like, I feel like this is, because look how beautiful the presentation is on these. I feel like I could give this to someone as a gift, but also equally I could sell it easily. So I thought I'm just going to buy it while it's a good price. I can't even remember what the good price was, but anyway. And honestly, these smell so different to me, like, and not because they're different perfumes, but I think there's something about the oils from Tocca that removes sometimes some of the things that I don't love in the actual perfumes. I'm just going to make sure this is in focus, because I realise it's not got anything to focus on in terms of the plastic that I normally set it up with. So with Stella, which I love from Tocca, the body oil is less sharp white floral. It's like removed the part of Stella that sometimes can make my nostrils a bit tingly and a bit like, ooh. And then with, Giulietta is the other one I've got. The Giulietta oil has removed the more candle-like quality that I get with the eau de parfum. And those two, like, I love them together. I kind of like, I really like them separately, but they're really good together. But I feel like the oils are just almost my perfect versions of those perfumes. And with this one, it's removed the very sweet powdery quality that you get with the eau de parfum. So it's very sweet and very powdery and nowhere near as citrusy to me when it's in the eau de parfum form. I can smell that it has the same notes. They just come across quite differently. Like, I think the perfume smells much more feminine. Ooh. And the oil smells maybe a little bit more musky, maybe a little bit more citrusy, a little bit more unisex. It just hasn't got that powdery quality because it's an oil. And I have to say, I much prefer this. I did end up wearing this over the top of this one, but I almost feel like I actively don't like how sweet and powdery this is. It's like the same kind of, I think I said before, it's the same texture as Laguna from Salvador Dali, and I didn't like how sweet and powdery that one was. But this is like, if you take away the kind of fruity aquatic feel that you get in Mediterranean, it's that kind of texture and that kind of sweetness, but it's more intense. So I don't know if I'm going to keep this one, because I feel like I might like this better just with either on its own, especially when it's very hot, because then it's just this beautiful, subtle fragrance, or underneath the, I think it's called First Snow by Swiss, Victorinox. That's what it is, the Swiss Army knife people. Because that one's got eucalyptus in it, so it goes in a slightly different direction. But I feel like it's also like a sweet, vanillic, interesting, slightly citrusy perfume that might go quite nicely with this one. That's what I'm thinking. They kind of remind me of each other in a weird way. But yeah, in terms of like smelling a bit more like gypsy water, I think this one reminds me of it more. And this one is... I don't really get much gypsy water from this. I've been talking for ages, but let me give you the notes, eh? So, the notes. We've got top notes of Amalfi lemon, bergamot, juniper berry and mandarin orange. We've got middle notes of violet, pink pepper, jasmine and cyclamen. We've got base notes of vanilla, sandalwood, musk, amber, Virginia cedar, incense and pine needles. I'm going to look at the votes here. See, lemon is at the top, and it's so interesting because I just don't really get citrus from here. I don't know whether it's like maybe an aroma chemical that I'm just not perceiving very well, but I'm getting very, very sweet florals. And again, I'm not really getting something that smells too vanillic. It just is sweet. Or maybe I'm getting a bit more vanilla from this than I am from that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to see how I feel about it, just because I'm not sure if the powdery sweetness is a bit more than I can bear. I did wear them together when my in-laws came round, and I thought I smelled nice, but I think I liked myself better before I added the perfume, if you see what I mean. So yeah, I feel like I disagree with what Colette smells like compared to most people. A lot of people think it smells like gypsy water. Some people say it smells like Lake by Rosie Jane, but I've never smelt that. I'm just looking through to see if there's anything else I recognise. First Snow is in here, and that to me is the general scent I'm getting, actually. Yeah. First Snow is a much more affordable version. And CK Into You, yes, that kind of thing. CK Into You has the tarry aroma chemical in it, which is why I found it so intensely woody back in the day. I thought it just was like some kind of wood I didn't like, but actually, before I got rid of it, I smelt it again and I was like, oh no, it's that tarry aroma chemical, which is why I used to think it smelled like burnt wood. So that one, though, if you're not sensitive to that aroma chemical, I do think that CK Into You is in that same realm as something like gypsy water, so it can be a really affordable alternative. But yeah, so that was my Colette experience. Okay, the discontinued one, and people ask me about this all the time, and I always feel really bad because you cannot get this anymore. But I like it. Aqua Colonia from 4711. This is the Cotton and Almond perfume from there, which... Can you actually see it? I'm always like, oh, you can't really see what it says. Cotton and almond. It's just very pretty. What can I say? It says almond milk, heliotrope, cotton flower. I'm sure there's musk in this. There is something in this that's definitely tangy. I think there's probably some kind of very gentle fruit. But yeah, this is a very nice perfume. It's really hard to explain except to say that I have a Nivea serum that smells very similar to this. Some people say it smells like Simply Poudre from Jill Sanders. I've only ever smelt the extreme version of that with cocoa, but I can kind of see how it might be close. The closest thing that I have in my collection to smelling anything like this, even though they're definitely not the same, but in terms of how they feel and the general feel of them, the general scent of them, the closest thing is Born Lovely by Sarah Jessica Parker. It gives me the same kind of slightly wet laundry feel, wet clean laundry that I get from this one. Yeah, there's a crossover. This one's maybe a bit sweeter, but I do think there's a little bit of a crossover in how they make me feel, at least. So that would be my suggestion. But yeah, unfortunately, you can't get it anymore. And I don't know that it's so amazing that I would say it's worth seeking out, if you see what I mean. Like, it's nice, but it's not like, oh my god, it's so good. Okay, I'm going to pull this one in this direction, actually, so we can show some respect to this one, because I wore this for a couple of days. I'm just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's right. Oh god, this is one of those that when I smell it from the bottle, I'm like, it's nice, but then I spray it on my skin and it dries down, and I'm like, oh god, I love this. Unsurprisingly, part of the Mon Guerlain range, and I know it's not one people talk about all the time, but I think it's absolutely lovely. Mon Guerlain Sparkling Bouquet. I think they still make this one. I think this is what basically they replaced the EDT with. It's a very different perfume from the EDT. It's a pear perfume, and you guys, you know how I feel about pear. I love pear. I'm just making space for the last perfume. I probably have made too much space now. Does it drive you mad with me fiddling with these things, guys? So Sparkling Bouquet, it still has a vein of that DNA, because I can definitely still smell the lavender that you get in the original Mon Guerlain. It's got the bergamot, it's got the jasmine, it's got the musk, the sandalwood, but this has... Oh, I might as well do the notes at this point, eh? Pear, bergamot, mandarin orange in the top, mid notes of lavender, peony and jasmine sambac, base notes, Tahitian vanilla, white musk and sandalwood. It's very sweet, but it's not like obviously vanilla again. Like, it's another one that has a sweetness, but you wouldn't be like, that's a vanilla perfume. But it does have, especially the more it dries down, it's got this beautiful sweetness to it, but it's fresh and it's very juicy. It's got a very sparkly, bright, lovely pear, but the florals and the lavender are quite soapy. Not in a shampoo way, just have a beautiful soapy quality to them. Oh God, I loved it so much. I wore it for 2 days in a row because it's that delicious. I just think it's so fresh and feminine and pretty, and it's the perfect thing to wear when it's getting hot. So, you guys know I've got loads of Mon Guerlain, so the general everyday one is the original one. When it gets really cold, I like to reach for the intense version. When it's kind of spring moving into summer, or when it's just like summer moving into autumn, I really love Sparkling Bouquet. When it's very, very hot, the only one of them that I like to wear really is the Bloom of Rose EDT. EDP is a disaster. That I hated that. But the EDT is like this lovely, slightly rosy, but almost more neroli, fresh, citrusy yumminess. Like, and again, that's another one that when it dries down on the skin, it becomes something so much more than it is when you sniff it from the bottle. Really beautiful. So yeah, like, I just got a bit obsessed with this and I wanted to smell like it for a long time, so I just wore it a lot. It was absolutely delicious. Very highly recommend Sparkling Bouquet. It's one that I have a backup of because I'm always scared with the Mon Guerlain range that they're going to cancel? They're going to discontinue things, so I have a little backup of that. Last but not least, we have an empty bottle here because we got to the point where Skin Musk from Parfum de Coeur, we got to the point where I needed to refill my rollerball. So what was left in this bottle is now my rollerball that stays next to my bed because I emptied this out. I wore it for a full day and I wore it a lot at the beginning of last week and last weekend to bed as well. So I probably had 4 days where I was wearing this either in the evening and then, and then moving into a full day afterwards. It's my musk. What can I say? It's my musk. I don't need one of the Aerin musks. I don't need Missing Persons. I don't need any of those kind of musky ones. I'm like, this is my musk. I love it. I do have other musks. Most of the time I don't care too much about wearing them because I love Skin Musk so much. And you guys know. This is like my thing. It's my favourite. So this says it's got musk, sandalwood and floral notes. 100% this also has vanilla. You can smell it. And this is getting to the point now where it's going to get too hot for me to wear this because it will be too thick of a musk because it's like a golden warm musk. But also it will get too sweet for me and it will get too vanillic for me to wear this when it's like 30 degrees outside. Do you know what I mean? Like at this point in my flat, I'm wearing an Aqua Allegoria today because it's too hot to wear anything that has even a slight thickness or too much sweetness. So yeah, but I was really rinsing this earlier this week and at the end of last week because I just love it. What can I say? And I buy it from, although I won't need to buy it for ages because I already had backups, and then the lovely Roxy sent me a bottle as well. So that one I opened up a while ago, and I'm kind of letting it mature a little bit, and it's smelling, because when she first sent it over, we were both talking about whether it smelled slightly different. I thought it smelled a bit thinner and a bit sweeter, but actually because I opened it a while ago, I feel like it's smelling more like this bottle did now. So maybe it just needed to kind of mature a little bit. I don't know. But either way, so I probably won't need to buy this again for a very long time, if ever, because I have a lot of the oil now. But I used to get it from Fragrance X. They still sell it. I think it's still like £10 or something like that. It's more expensive to get the spray. I genuinely don't think the spray is really worth it unless you just want something to go on your clothes, because it just doesn't smell as nice to me. It smells a little bit more sugary sweet. It's not as rich, and it's a bit more rosy, I think. I get more rose from it. My husband thinks it smells a bit like Turkish Delight, which I really love about it. But I much prefer the oil. I think the oil is kind of sexier. It's a bit thicker. Like I said, it's richer. It lasts much longer. The cologne spray is kind of crap in comparison, but I do like having it as like an extra. But I've barely made a dent in it because really I wear the oil. So yeah, I mean, guys, I think that's it for now. I'm working on some more videos. I made some more videos, but I haven't had any time to edit them yet. And the thing is, adding notes, like visible notes into those videos takes so long, because I have to literally create the pictures, you know, and then I have to crop them. I have to add text to them, and then I have to add them into the... It's a really, really long process to make videos with notes in, and I just haven't got the time at the moment. So I'm hoping I've got enough to tide me over that I've already made when I have had time. But like, yeah, I will try to get round to it, because I did quite a good haul recently that I'd like to show you guys. But yeah, it's just woof. It's just finding the time to get all this stuff done. But yeah, I think that's it. Let me know if you've got any of these, guys, what you think of them. Let me know if you smelt Colette and you think it smells like gypsy water, because I don't know. Like I said, I think the oil might do, but the perfume, I'm not really getting that so much. It's too powdery. But anyway, I'm thinking I need to find some time to do my Lolita Lempicka discontinued video. I need some time now, I think, to do a Tocca video, because I've got quite a lot of them now. And yeah, I think that's it for now, my loves. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate anyone who's subscribed to my channel. We're pushing up towards 4,000, I think. And I think I got a notification. I can't find it now, but I think I might have started my channel 4 years ago, last week. So I think my channel is 4 years old. Is a 4-year-old. Is past toddling, maybe. So thank you if you've been with me for a long time. I know some of you guys have been with me for years, and I hope that I'm still making content that you enjoy. And please don't hold it against me that so many of these perfumes are in like my more inexpensive kind of brackets, because it's hot, so I will be wearing green tea level kind of super affordable things as well, even though I'm wearing a blooming Guerlain again today. But there will be more affordable stuff coming up soon. Anyway, I'm babbling because it's hot and my brain is melting. But thanks for watching. I will be back next week, and you guys are awesome. Bye!